As the saying goes, another day, another Joker. Hi everyone, welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to take a look at the newly released, now I don't like doing air quotes, but I find them a bit corny, but I'm going to have to do it, released INART 1/6 figures. Okay, so this is a look at the INART 1/6 scale Joker. That's the Joaquin Phoenix Joker from the 2019 movie of the same title. Now, this movie, in my eyes, this movie is a masterpiece. It's a 5-star movie. I thought it was an incredible piece of art. Was it a departure from your traditional Joker from the comics or animated, comics, graphic novels, animated movies, various different other iterations of Joker? It was. But that's the beauty of filmmaking. You don't have to take something from the comic books and do a direct lift just to keep the comic book heads happy. You don't have to do that. Look, I like a good comic or graphic novel as much as the next nerd. And yeah, I've read lots of the great ones. Year One, Arkham Asylum, Watchmen, Deadpool vs. Wolverine, the part of Infinity Saga, the Long Halloween, The Dark Knight Returns. And I could go on, but anyway, I've gone back and I've read the first appearances of Spider-Man, Iron Man, Moon Knight, whoever. Anyway, but my collection and my love of collecting is rooted in my love of movies, but I do like to give a nod and respect to the comic books. Anyway, so that's the whole point of filmmaking. The director can come along and go, right, I don't have to take a direct lift from this comic book and do everything, cross all the T's and dot all the I's just to keep, the comic book, diehard comic bookers, the diehard comic book readers happy. You don't have to do that. You pick and choose, and it's the director's call, and it was absolutely incredible. Now, is it a movie that after a long, hard week at work, when I'm tired and frustrated, to go home and sit down and watch this? Absolutely not. The movie is depressing, but some of the best, greatest movies I've ever seen are a bit depressing. Shawshank Redemption is a bit depressing. 12 Years a Slave, fantastic movie. I've only watched it once. It was cripplingly depressing. Requiem for a Dream, incredible movie. Will not watch it again. Just disturbingly depressing. Irreversible with Monica Bellucci. I just want to erase. As much as a beautiful movie, and she's a beautiful woman, but if you've watched that movie, I just want to erase the events of that movie away from my mind. So, this is a fantastic movie. I have rewatched it multiple times since I saw it in the cinema. It's not one that I'd rewatch in the same way that I'd rewatch The Matrix or Iron Man or No Way Home or even movies like Pulp Fiction or whatever. More rewatchability. It's a hard watch, but it is an incredible movie. Some incredible performances. I thought it was a really, really good story. His downfall from Arthur Fleck all the way to the Joker. And what I love about this 4-pack is you have the Arthur Fleck. Then you have the him at work, as the clown, is one of the versions of it, which is, I'm hearing a lot of people, that's the one from the 4-pack that's going to be parted out. Probably true. Then you have the start of him kind of engaging with that, what you call it, interpretive dance from that amazing score in that first movie. And then you have the red suit, and then his final downfall, and he was just like an absolute badass. Yeah, I've seen the second movie. I'm hearing people say the second movie has ruined the first movie for him. That's absolute bollocks. I'll tell you why. That's like saying, I'm a diehard Terminator fan. The first 2 Terminator movies, 2 of the best movies ever made. End of story. But in my head, there's only 2 Terminator movies. I've seen the rest of them, and they're awful. But I'm not going to go... they don't affect 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is a really contained story together. It has a happy ending even at the end. Just in my head canon, it's there's 2 movies. The rest of them are nonsense. But they don't affect, no matter how bad they are, they don't ruin the first 2 movies for me. The same way that the sequels trilogy don't ruin the original trilogy for me. The original trilogy is still fantastic. Apologies for quick interruption to this video. If you're watching this video right now, hit the like button, and more importantly, hit the subscribe button. It really helps me grow the channel, and the support is greatly appreciated. Back to the video. Same as Aliens, the first 2 movies are incredible, and after that, there's some pros and cons, but the second movie exists fine. It wasn't as good as the first. I get it. I still enjoy parts of it. I don't think it deserved quite all the hate it got. It's definitely not the worst movie I've ever seen. I should do a video on the worst movies I've ever seen. I'm going to call them time thieves. So this movie is incredible. It's based on the first one. This is an expensive piece. INART, my god, they're glacial slow. But what I've noticed is there's radio silence for about 6 months. Everyone almost forgets about them, gets a bit frustrated with them, and bang, they're dropping things out. I'm hearing rumors that INART Paul, which, Dune, Paul Atreides from Dune, I got that on order directly from their site. I'm curious to see how that works out. I'm hearing that is dropping this week. I'll wait and see. I'm hearing that Ron is dropping that week. Again, I'll wait and see. I have no interest in Ron. But, it's nice to show that they're actually releasing things because, what have they released? Their last official release was the INART Superman. Then those Batmans have been trickling out for a year. I'm hoping that this doesn't take a year to get to me. Like, we know that now usually what happens is we have these videos, these kind of videos that they do, these kind of, I don't know what you call them, that's just introduction videos, unboxing videos, the official INART ones. Then typically we see a bunch of photographs from vloggers, and then we see the likes of the big 1/6 scale reviewers. We see the likes of Jedi Patrol get them, and Justin and so on. And then maybe months later the general public get them. Okay, so I'm curious to see the reviews, because I don't think this unboxing, it's fine, but I want to see all the blogger photos. I want to see all the different posing. I want to see all the different reviews. So look, let's take a look at this. So what I'm doing is, this is on the INART Facebook. This dropped today. I saw it on the INART's official Instagram, and then I watched it on their YouTube. And this is just their INART Collectibles Facebook group. I'm just going to skim through this video. I'm going to let it play and pause at different points. Remember, this is $1,500. Now, depending, it's in around, that's a ballpark, you know what I mean? So between, this is a huge box, you'll see it, between this, shipping, any kind of import tax or VAT you have to pay, make sure you know all that stuff before you order, make sure you trust who you're ordering from. But for me, I'm going with Lion Rock Toys on this one. I paid a deposit on it, and I'm kind of hoping they don't say it's available tomorrow. I doubt that will happen. I'd imagine I'm going to be waiting a good few months. I'd say before the summer, but I don't know. But as soon as they get it, I'm going to get it. Right, so the box, actually, I'm just going to go back to the start here in this, because I think the box looks kind of cool. And you can see later on in the video when you see one of the INART employees. Oh, by the way, if you look at the top right corner here, it says Rhodium. There's a bit of confusion, I think, which how they tier how they rate their whatchamacallit, their tier system. It's based on precious metals. So they've got the Rhodium tier. I think they've got platinum, gold, and silver or something like that. And it's done on, the correlation is, it's done on price per gram. Like, if you look up the price per gram of, or price per ounce of rhodium, the price per ounce of, I don't know what were the other ones, gold and silver. I can't remember what they were. I think there was rhodium, platinum, gold, and silver or something. But if you look at them all and you compare, the price per gram, rhodium is more expensive than the rest of them. I do believe. I think I remember reading that. I was looking that up. Yeah, anyway, platinum, palladium, rhodium is found in the catalytic converters of cars. It's actually a precious metal, to the point that people actually have stopped robbing cars over in Ireland. They're just robbing the catalytic converters so they can take the precious metals out of them and sell them on. Yeah, crazy. Anyway, here's some useless information for you. So this here is their top tier, basically. And the only other correlation I can see is, I think the quality is more the same. I think it's more like that it's funny. I was going to say price, but there's a 2-pack as well, which isn't as expensive as this. Anyway, let's take a look at this box. This is huge. I like what they've done here. I like the attention to detail on the box. They have so you have a picture of him. There's kind of this hologram thing going on, where it's going back and forth between Arthur Fleck and the Joker. You've got a lot of kind of sketches and weird creepy writing on it from his journals, I'd imagine. And you can see there how big this is. So it's not just the box is big, it's deep too as well. And I like that they've done this, because it's not a perfect cube, but I'd imagine this is easier to ship. That tombstone of their INART rooted Joker 2-pack caused so much issues with shipping and shipping costs and stuff like that. It was just insane. But if you look at it, it's like a tombstone. It's wide at the bottom, and it's it's about that thick. It's wide at the bottom, then it kind of gradually narrows. But they're going to have to fill that in and make a big box anyway. So maybe they just wanted to make a statement. It was in the shape of their logo, if you remember. But this one, I think this is better because it's just a cube, and maybe you'll actually say if it's done on volume, if shipping is, I presume shipping is done on volume and weight, combination of two or something like that. So if it's done on volume, I know when I post things to things I'm selling, it's pretty much volume and there's a weight restriction or whatever, but I think this is a better idea. Big box, but a bit more efficient, I'd imagine, use of space. So you've got the instructions and the ticket stub. Top layer here, then you can see a bunch of hands. I can see a little red nose, what an accessory. You've got that Joker mask that he uses, that he has it in the subway, I believe, and a lot of his kind of like I don't know, incels that start following him, they start adopting this Joker persona with the mask. You've got the flowers, which I think he used when he encountered Bruce Wayne. You got the magic wand, which is the flowers because it was a wand, and then the flowers pop out of it. On the top left, you've got a revolver, which I think is die-cast and actually rotates. You'll see later on. A paper bag. I know a lot of people were saying, oh, INART, what are they giving you for the INART Batman? Oh, a bunch of cards. But the cards are in the movie, and they were made of paper. Like, what do you want? Die-cast cards? Come on now. In the middle, then you'll see later on in the video that this sign that spins when he's kind of going around and he's doing he's actually acting as a clown and doing his advertising job. Bunch of different swap out hands. Some gloved, some ungloved. There's a few there with kind of like wrists and some like, you know, seamless wrists, which is great. And there's a few other things. You think it comes with a card that, you know, explains his laughing condition that he shows to people a few times in the movie. His journal, I know, is there as well. That bag as well, like, so just like say underneath the yellow sign there, underneath you got that kind of duffel bag, which I think when I get that dancing version, I'm going to be posing him with the gun in one hand and the duffel bag in another. I know a lot of people go straight to the dancing pose, but I kind of want to use some of those accessories. The hands look incredible. INART, Jesus, they do a good pair of hands. Got some gloved hands, got some seamless wrists, some wrists. This cigarette holding hand. I'm going to go back to this. That's something. Assuming that cigarette or these is a two. There's two cigarette holding hands. Why would you need two? They're both right hands. Maybe he's just showing off two. I don't know. But that there, assuming that cigarette. This is very far away, but the detail on the cigarette, I can see the bottom part of the cigarette that is holding in between his two fingers, the kind of brown part, then the white part, and then I can see on the top little burn. I can see like black parts and white parts and grey parts and little hints of red as well. So, and that's from like a tiny image. Like, so I'm wondering what it's like up close. But that cigarette there, assuming that is fused in to those hands, I hope that doesn't break off in transit. I don't know what this thing is after. I don't know what this is. I cannot remember what that is. Is that makeup or something? I'm not sure. It's like a tube or something. I cannot remember what that is. This is like some sort of an ID badge or something. Okay, these are obviously his prescription bottles. The tiny lettering and detail on them. I cannot remember what that is either. Is that like a mirror or something? This thing here. It looks like a mirror. Maybe that's a mirror he used for doing his makeup. I'm not sure. Okay, this thing here. This is new. Now, INART came out and one of their things, okay, like obviously when they first announced their INART Joker, and we just talked about like say the rooted hair one. One of their things was like they were really showcasing, they're pushing hard on them was the rooted hair, which in fairness turned out incredible. The next thing then was like say their tailoring, which is good. Which in fairness their tailoring is top drawer as well. The seamless wrists were a big thing, but the magnetic bases were a big thing. But a lot of people struggled with the magnetic bases and was tipping over and stuff like that. I mean, I've got mine up there in that grenades pose. Now, I am extra careful, and I'm also very used to posing figures without a stand. I don't use stands that often. Really, majority of my figures don't have stands unless it's a really, really nice diorama base. Especially, I'm a sucker for a good diorama base, like an environmental base that's part of a scene from a movie that lights up. Whereas, like the typical hexagon bases or the sand bases or the square bases, I'm really not into. I prefer like a diorama base. My go-to example is the light up base from Besman Luke, just incredible. And then more recently the Tom Holland final swing red and blue suit from No Way Home, or of course that Batman 89 diorama is pretty incredible. But they had magnets on them, and I believe they did the magnets they did it for their Joker, they did it for their Batman, which mine is wrapped up under the tree. get a review in that maybe in the new year, or maybe in those days in between Christmas and New Year's when people forget what day of the week it is. But this little thing here, this I believe clips onto one of the dioramas that comes with this, which is the stairs diorama, which does look incredible. You have the option to use this or not use it, because a little piece of the stairs that later on in the video you can see clips on. So and this basically, I believe, goes up underneath one of the trouser legs and clamps onto a calf. So they're doing away with the magnetic bases, I believe. I know that their forthcoming Legolas doesn't have magnets. It's a pity, because I actually really like the clean look. And now we have Hot Toys getting into it, so will Hot Toys do it better? Who knows? I actually love the seamless look of the magnetic bases. I like that duffel bag. Journal looks incredible. Just really, really simple. That was the picture. The last thing was a picture of Thomas Wayne, I believe. This is the card that explains what his medical condition. The detail is incredible. A paper bag. Shocking. Imagine. What accessory of the year, for sure. The magic wand, 2 different versions. Yeah, so these are all the accessories that I mentioned already. These railings, I believe they're the railings for the stairs diorama. Oh, okay. Right. Damn it. Sorry, I need to... Okay. So, hard to tell here because they're just like literally sitting in a straight one down. What I like about this is there's actually 4 figures, 4 bodies, 4 different outfits, because I think there was rumors going around before they actually put up the official pre-order photos of this that there was, like, I don't know, 2 bodies and 2 outfits, or 3 bodies and 2 bodies, 4 outfits, or 3 bodies, 4 outfits, or something like that, whatever. But no, they have 4 different bodies and 4 different outfits. I can't really tell about the tailoring now. I'm looking at... Doesn't really matter about the tailoring in the second one, the Arthur Fleck. You know, he's wearing a hoodie and some sort of cardigan. It's kind of ill-fitting anyway. It looks the way it is, and it's hard to tell when they're like this. Same as the third one. The tailoring on the right looks good. Now, the one on the left, first glance, it's hard to tell. It's not posed. It's sitting down. And of course, when you pose it, you need a bit of space posing a suit, because otherwise it's not going to move. But if you watch the movie, the suit was very ill-fitting. It was cool. It was like, it made for great cinematic shots of him coming down the stairs and doing his dance with the music and stuff like that, and it was a real bright red, it was a real loud suit. It was ill-fitting, but I suppose it's hard to place where this movie took place. It kind of gives me like kind of a 60s or 70s vibe, or 80s. It's like it's not, it doesn't seem modern times anyway. It just seems very dated. I don't know for sure if it's meant to be in the 70s or something like that, or the 60s. I think maybe, if I had to say, probably somewhere in the 70s, but I don't know exactly off the top of my head. If you know, let me know in the comment section down below. But it gives me that kind of 70s vibes. It's an ill-fitting suit, but it was cool for what it was. Okay, I definitely think just that suit there, that red suit, I know it's ill-fitting. I'll have to back and watch the movie again and some stills, because it was ill-fitting in the movie. It should be kind of ill-fitting here, but I'm just not sure if it was that pokey. But again, it's not posed yet. All these look great. Love this accessory, but I don't love... These lights light up, but I don't love the fact that I think there's some sort of little battery in or something. Don't like that. Just USB it. Run the cords down the... Run the cords down through the metal pipes or something like that. You know, be inventive, be creative. Because, like, what do you do then? Get onto Hendron fusion reactors and wire them up and then hide the wire. Oh, come on, like, just I wish that should have been USB powered. Yeah. So this is must be a bottom tray or something. You've got the typical INART tubes with the 4 different head sculpts, and you got 3 rooted sculpts. You got your Arthur Fleck, and then you got your red suit Joker, and then you got the bit in between where he's kind of transitioning from Arthur Fleck to Joker, and then of course you have the fake green hair of that clown look he was at work. You can see the seat there, the yellow seat. You can see the steps, and I think that's the floor of the studio. Let's play this through. Yep. Chair is nice. I like the way, if you look at the bottom of the chair, do they show you here? I think they do. And they show the bottom of the cushion on the chair has creases on it and stuff like that. Again, good attention to detail. There you go. So like you can see, like obviously it looks like it's been sat on this creases, someone's groove. I'm really liking the steps diorama. I heard people say they don't like the way it says Joker on it. Doesn't bother me. I like the other simpler stands as well, the bases. Now this here, like I like that, and the bathroom one as well. The two of them. I think they look great. They're very simple. That looks great. I know people, you know, they can take people. Some people that don't like the way it has the steps. I kind of get that as well. They probably want it just like more screen accurate. Didn't say Joker in the movie. I totally get that. But yeah, that doesn't really bother me. Now this here, that looks like it's just a few little tiny. Okay, what I'm seeing here, Joker lights up, and then there's like 8 different LEDs either side of it, but it doesn't look like the other sides light up. That's nearly, I mean, that's nothing. Like, I mean, that's tiny. That's lights for the sake of lights. I can understand why the studio lights light up, but that there, I know, maybe it's just the angle of this, but is it just this looks like it's just the front panel, and then going backwards the other 2 panels, but it doesn't look like they're lit up. Just want to watch that one more time. And it's a battery as well. Don't think that's USB powered. These look great, these backgrounds. And they're not just flat cardboard. Now this is what I'm saying, those backgrounds, they don't look like flat cardboard. There's actually detailing on them, I believe. This here, you have the option to use the little, I presume it's like a calf grabber instead of a crotch grabber. So when using staircase base, first insert the metal stand into the small hole. So I presume that goes up the trouser and clamps around the leg. I like the railings. It all connects together to give the impression of perspective. I like that. This will not fit in a Bladden or a Detolf. Not entirely sure where. A few ideas. Typically don't buy things left. I have some ideas where to put them. It'd be wrong not to use the stairs diorama. It'd be wrong not to use the studio diorama. $1,500. There is a bit of value here. I mean, you're getting 4 complete figures, very, very detailed, really detailed accessories, rooted hair on 3 of the sculpts, 2 full diorama. Like the INART rooted 2-pack was 2 rooted figures and 1 diorama. Here you're getting 4 and 2. So I think this looks very classy. Now, I've heard people, there we go, right. I've heard people complain about this already. Like, this is Arteflect, the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, if I was to be really critical, is there a downgrade from prototype to product? Maybe slightly, but it's not like a drop off. I mean, to the same people, I'd ask them, did you see that Christian Bale during the week? That looked dead. Absolutely dead. Did you see, what else? The Paul Rudd? I mean, that's a downgrade. In fairness now, the Christian Bale was bad and the prototype was bad in the product. The Paul Rudd was okay in the prototype and bad in the product. The John Wick, okay, the John Wick I don't think it was bad as people making out to be. But this here, like, I see Joker here. I definitely see Joaquin Phoenix here. I still think it looks great. Maybe a slight downgrade, but nothing, oh my god, it's a completely different figure. But like, I want to see more, I want to see more reviews, and I really want to see the blogger photos and stuff like that. And you know, but I've seen people put up photos of the prototype and the photos of this, and the only thing I can see is, okay, the lighting is different and maybe the hairstyling is different, but it doesn't look like a completely different figure. And I think people online are, yeah. I just want to go back to all of this there again, because this is the main look, really. This is the one that I think everyone wants, or the people who have an interest in this movie and an interest in this figure. I know there's going to be inevitable comments on this video. Joker's not Joker without Batman. It's like, oh, come on. Just like, it's not for you, it's not for you. Yeah. I think maybe if I was to be really critical, I think the tailoring was a little bit better in the prototype. If maybe the head sculpts very slightly down, but I can't even explain why. So I don't think so. I think it's just the two photos, the prototype. I think the prototype, if you remember, the prototype images for this set, the 4-pack and the 2-pack, they had a beautiful images, loads of them. They absolutely nailed it. They really sold it. And then they had that video which looked like a movie. They used the figure and it was incredible. So like, those photos were definitely better than these photos, but I think it's the same product, or extremely, very, very similar. Nothing to get bent out of shape about. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So I'll go back even to that. Even that simple, it's a simple cube of a base. Now the thing is that magnetic or what? Because like, okay, those boots are massive. He only has his right foot down. I can't tell if that's pegged in or is that magnetic or what. Like, because you know, people were having issues with their Heat Ledger version, and the magnets would want to be pretty damn good if that is magnetic to hold it with one foot, because people's words fall out. And again, like, I haven't had that issue, but other people have. It's the one that's going to be parted out the most. I think that looks great. This, look at the likeness there. In fairness, like, we're spoiled. We're absolutely spoiled. I think this looks great. That base looks incredible as well. It's good that you can take off the front part with the steps from the kind of background with the perspective, just in case you can't fit it into what you want to fit it in. But I'm kind of thinking, after spending all that money, it's like a waste if you're not going to use it. Like, I've got the jail cell version just here in front of a Dark Knight poster on top of like a shelf that I use for graphic novels and stuff like that. This version is very popular as well. Eyes closed, yeah, fine, but I think that's great. The hair could be better here now, and I think that's where your futzing will come in, and taking out that paintbrush and a little bit of water and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, the hair could be a bit better here. I'm just hoping this isn't riddled with like QC issues. I want them to deliver it quick, and deliver it in one piece or 4 pieces that are just that good with no. I don't want to hear about like crazy hair or magnets that don't work or crap. Just get it into the hands of collectors that have paid the deposits or paid in full. Get it quick and efficiently, and do it right. So hopefully, because it's been radio silence for the last few months, so hopefully they've spent that time sharpening their product and refining it, and now it's good to go. But look, that's not going to be the way. I'd anticipate I'll have this maybe by summer. I'm happy with it though. I am absolutely happy with it, and I'm looking forward to getting it in hand. Not looking forward to paying for it. I'm gonna leave it there, folks. Alright folks, that is the end of the video. If you want to support the channel, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know if you're picking this one up or not, what you think of it, what you think of those head sculpts. Have they nailed the final products? Do you think there's a drop off? I personally don't think it's enough to, if there is, I think it's only the power of suggestion. I saw this earlier on, I thought, man, these look incredible. They've done a great job. And I saw a little bit of minor backlash online, and I took another look and I was like, with a stretched imagination maybe, but I think it's more that the quality of the promotional images were better with the lighting, the angles, than what we're seeing here in the video. I think it looks great. So yeah, leave a comment. Consider becoming a channel member. You can also follow me on Instagram and on X. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.